Welcome back to Tarot and Tea and some awesome swords. Yep, that's a clue to what we're talking about today. We're talking about the suit of swords in the tarot. And I am lucky enough to have a replica of Arwen's sword from Lord of the Rings here, hoping it might make me look a little bit more like Liv Tyler. Probably not. But yeah, the suit of swords. I thought it would be great to have a little prop of a sword because a sword is such a powerful object and a powerful symbol in the suit of swords. So I think this is quite exhausting, all this fighting. I think what I might have to do is place this dangerous object down. The sword is down, the tea is here. Whew. Yeah, if you didn't see the last video on swords, on the suit of swords, do check it out because the first video I've done is the introduction to the suit of swords, and we go from the number 1, the Ace of Swords, to number 3. And we're going to start from the 4 of Swords here in this deck. So if you haven't seen the last one, do check it out now. Let me just have a gulp of tea. Beautiful. Okay, so straight in there then. Right, the suit of swords. How did you get on last time? The suit of swords is the first one we're looking at in this series. I like looking at the suit of swords first because it's, I've mentioned before, it's air, it's breath. We take our first breath. It's what gives us life. It's what gives us the ability to do everything else. And swords represents, as I said before, clarity, intellect, ideas, breath of fresh air, divine energy. And we left it on the quite unhappy 3 of Swords. A bit of a sulk. Life's not great when you have a 3 of Swords moment, but it's necessary. If it was all fluff and beans, then, you know, it'd be very boring, unevolved creatures. We've all had our heart broken. We've all been through days where you go, this is horrible. And we rise above it, we get through it, and we become more balanced people. Hence, the 4 of Swords is the resolution, is the truce, is that rest after the heartache. I do apologise, this is my really old deck of Thoth cards and it's been weathered a little bit. But the 4 of Swords is Jupiter, the beautiful planet Jupiter. So we've gone from Saturn in the 3 of Swords to Jupiter in the 4 of Swords. In Libra, so dealt with Libra a lot, the 2, the 3 and the 4, all dealing with the astrological sign of Libra. Balance. And expansion in Libra is about truce, rest. You'll see in the Rider-Waite deck, there's a guy who looks a little bit dead. He's not dead, he's having a nap, I think. He's resting, he's recuperating. The 4 here is regaining a sense of balance. As I said, after a heartache, after a bad time like that, emotionally and mentally, we have to regroup and find a new way of dealing with things. And we don't do that often by running around like a Mad Hatter. We do it by taking some time out and recalibrating. And the 4 of Swords is that. It's the equal arm cross there, equality, truce, seeing things at a different perspective, getting balance again. When I was see this in a reading, you know, everything is very dependent on how someone is in the rest of the reading, but it can mean a time out. It can mean a time out to think things through, to let things settle in your brain. The expansion with Jupiter, the beautiful energy with Jupiter is growth as a person, is growth in your ideas. Give yourself the space and the time to have that beautiful growth of ideas. Do what rests you, do what inspires you, do what's going to allow you to find balance and allow you to find growth from a situation. So the 4 of Swords is quite nice. If you're hoping for a big adventure, it's not really going to be that. It's going to be a bit of a rest. If you're needing a rest, then it's your card. So from the balance of the 4, we don't get much respite before we kind of get back into the land of stress, really. No, I'm not going to give it a negative take, but to be fair, the way these cards are drawn and the way the Rider-Waite is and how the general energy is of the 5 of Swords, it's again one of those, oh, great moments. So, you know, I try not to look at the titles that they're given. Defeat, you know, it's not going to make you feel great, is it? So I don't actually tend to read what is written about them in that way. But let's just look at this. So 4 is about balance, structure, stability. So our thoughts have got to a place where we have structure. Now 5, which I have a bit of a beef about 5 because 5 is one of my life path numbers, and in the tarot it can get quite a bad rap. So 4 is structure. What happens when structure stays there for too long? What happens when structure is not good? We get stagnant. You know, it's stagnancy sometimes as well. So a structure that stays exactly how it is for many, many years, World goes, nah, let's break it up, let's change it. That's what 5 does. 5 goes, yeah, that's balanced, but it's a bit boring after a while, and maybe it's too safe. You know, if you stay in a safe zone, a comfort zone all your life, you don't expand. And 5 says you're going to expand whether you like it or not. So that's what 5 can often do. They're a creator of rebellion. But the 5 of Swords, the astrological symbol on here you have is Venusian, the goddess of love, as it were, or the planet Venus. And one of my favourite air sign energies, Aquarius. So Venus in Aquarius, it's a bit mad. I love it. Venus in Aquarius is the love of everything's a bit different and a different way of seeing things, electric energy, beautiful. But this card doesn't look beautiful, does it? It looks a little bit, well, it's called defeat. It's got the upside down pentagram. It's got some of the sword at the bottom being a little bit chipped away by the power of the 4 swords above. So it can mean in other decks you see it a bit like bullying, a bit like people being defeated and pushed out. But yeah, the will of the many can sometimes undermine or overpower the will of the one. And on those days you feel like, what's the point? That's 5 of Swords. What's the point? It's not a day to kind of be defeated completely, though. It's a temporary glitch, okay? Maybe one idea didn't work. Maybe one person has made you feel rubbish. Maybe a situation didn't work out how you liked it to be. Maybe a thought you had, you're actually going, oh, I'm being negative now. My idea's not going to work. You know, it's a passing thing. All the minor arcana are usually passing phases. And because the swords are our thoughts, it can really sometimes be as well our own negativity defeating us. So keep that in mind. But don't worry, now I've got the 6 of Swords. So we're going from the 4, which is balance, 5 to rebellion, 6, which is progress from there. In the Rider-Waite again, with a 6, you'll see a boat and people going over from rough waters to smooth, in a nutshell. Science, it's called in this one, which is quite interesting. And you've got Mercury in Aquarius. Now, Mercury in Aquarius is cool. New ideas, communication. Science is a good thing for this. Now, from the broken energy of the swords, we've got 6 quite balanced, lovely swords here. Got the rose in the middle. There's lots of symbolism here that we're going to go into another episode, but I'm just going through the numbers and the basic energy here. The Thoth deck is completely rammed full of occult symbolism, but I will go on for hours if I start there. So just looking at the meaning of the cards here, the 6 of Swords is progression, all these ideas coming together and where you're going to go next. I really like this. I feel that the 6 is one that I enjoy because it's about, okay, we accept we've learnt so much from our journey so far, and when you have a bit of a, you know, everyone's journey is full of good experiences and not so good experiences, but it teaches us so much. And the 6 is saying, learning what you've taken so far, where you're going to go from now. And it really shows a progression of thoughts. It can show good ideas, working together, moving on to better times. So we like that idea with the 6 of Swords. 6 is working together. And I think I will bring in... No, I won't. I'm going to save that for the 7, 8... No, I'll do the 7. I'm so indecisive, so swords-like today. The 7, I'm going to leave it on an interesting point as well. The last of the Aquarian ones here, you've got the moon in Aquarius. I've got my moon in Aquarius. This card does not signify the moon in Aquarius to me. But the 7 of Swords is called futility. What's the point? Again, we've got the one major sword, the great idea that maybe we call the Ace of Swords, that beautiful energy, being chipped away by those other swords. So sometimes what I find this is a lot in readings, is you've got a great idea and then the niggling doubts go, yeah, but why would you do that? It's not going to work anyway. Why are you going to bother? The 6 niggling thoughts that are breaking down the one sword can be our own insecurities or our own fears. They can be other people. Okay, so 7 of Swords is, and in the Rider-Waite, the 7 of Swords is somebody carrying rather dangerously, like I was carrying earlier, rather dangerously, a load of swords and taking a risk. So that's a little bit different to how this deck sees it, but it's something, can represent dishonesty, it can represent someone taking a bit of a risk. 7 of Swords here, for me, is more being chipped away at, you know, your ideas and your thoughts being chipped away at, something not seeming like a good idea, and now isn't receiving a good reception. So again, it's all very, very, very unique to each reading, but this deck, for me, really shows you the ideas being chipped away. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it wasn't a good idea in the first place. Maybe by chipping it away, you can create something better. But we'll see that in the next few Swords cards, which will be in the next episode. So Thank you so much for watching. I might leave that sword there. I don't want to cause any more damage to the place. Yeah, any questions you have about the tarot, about what we've talked about so far, do let me know. Again, I'm going to do a Q&A quite shortly. And enjoy your journey with the tarot. Pull a card a day, keep a little diary, how you're feeling, you're getting on with it. See how the swords manifest in your life. See about the air signs that you know about you. Look at your own chart. Where is the air sign in your chart? Because we're not just our sun sign, we're a whole wealth of all the signs. So have a look into and research the element of air in your life. And I will see you next time for more of the sword suit and for more tarot and tea. See you soon.